Well, welcome everybody to this edition of the Bridge to Kindness. Let's go CBUS, make a difference here in Columbus. And the whole purpose behind having this on the second Wednesday of every month is to really encourage people to take a look at the different ways that nonprofits operate, the different nonprofits in our community, and also how we can support one another. And today we are thrilled to have the co-director of the Tunnels to Towers race coming up in Westerville, Linda Morelli, with us. Linda, welcome to our show, and thank you for being with us today.
Well, thank you. Happy to be here and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Can you share with us a little bit about how you first learned about Tunnels to Towers?
Well, it's not a good thing how I learned. Unfortunately, I lost my husband in the line of duty. He was a Westville police officer, and him and Officer Eric Joring both killed in the line of duty same day. Um, but Tunnel to Towers contacted the FOP about helping us out. And, there's so many scams out there. Nobody believed it. And here it came true. And they ended up helping us out for the Joring family. They're a lot younger, paid off their mortgage. And for what they did for me was because we were about 20 years older, our kids were out of college and everything. We had our house paid off and we were 3 years from retirement, but I just had my knee replaced. And our daughter was getting married in June. And so they gave me some money and said, here, use it for, whatever you need. And I mean, total strangers, never heard of them. Strangers helping strangers is what it was. So,
And now you're involved in the organization. So what inspired you then to turn around and then get involved?
well, I grew up a minister's daughter and was always told to volunteer, give back, pay it forward, all of that. And both Jamie and I wanted to help them and give back from the get go. And somebody else organized a race in 2019, but didn't want to do it again. But then COVID hit. And then it took us a little bit to get it going, but this is our third year doing it. So
What do you enjoy most about doing it?
the people I meet, the stories, um, yeah, it's really about the people. And everybody's got a story, how they're connected, whether they're first responders, whether, someone's in the military or now, out of the military. It's the stories.
So it obviously had a great impact on you and your family, and it's been fantastic in the way they helped you. Could you share with us how you've seen them impact other families?
Oh, I just recently got to go to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has different programs. And one of the programs is they build smart homes for disabled vets that come back. And I got to go to a smart house dedication in April, and it just really opens your eyes about, how we don't happen to think about how they somebody in a wheelchair, how they cook on a stove. So they build them a stove that they can get the wheelchair underneath, or shelves, they pull a lever and all the shelves come down so they can reach, all the spices or whatever they have up there. And, ramps. It's just, yeah, it was just really great to see that aspect of it.
I fully agree. I had the opportunity to visit with a smart home, and the innovations
Oh,
that they have created to make things so much simpler and easy to manage is
oh, yes.
just amazing on things that we just take for granted
Yep.
each day, whether it be reaching down into a cabinet or trying to reach above the stove to get a can of Pam to spray on the plate.
Yep.
They make it so much easy, and that's just in the kitchen. I mean, there's other modifications that are made throughout the home, but it is amazing the creativity that has come into providing a smart home to those
Yes.
who need it, and it is a thing to enjoy. If you have the opportunity to see one, don't pass up. You won't
Yeah.
be disappointed with it.
It's amazing and humbling.
You've received such benefit from being involved with the organization, and one of our challenges that we try to have for folks through the Bridge to Kindness is to identify your gifts and talents and how you can apply those and serve others. So, what encouragement would you give to others that are perhaps sitting on the fence and saying, you know what, I'd love to plug in, but I have no idea where, but how can I do that? What type of motivation would you give them for the results that you've seen for being involved?
You mean to help Tunnel to Towers?
Yeah, or any organization for that matter.
Um, the biggest thing is, like for Tunnel to Towers, is to donate. They have different ways to do that. You can donate monetary, $11 a month, or you can just donate a flat sum. Volunteer. If you're a business, sponsor a race. A lot of people don't realize that they see the commercial online and don't realize here in Columbus there is an actual race in Westerville, and you know we need sponsorship. We need people to volunteer to at packet pickup, to hand water out, hand. We got city barbecue to serve the city barbecue, Cheryl's cookies, or just even throughout the course, to make sure people go the correct way. There's just so many different ways, just even set up and tear down. It takes a lot. And I think the first thing you need to do is, whether you want to help Tunnel to Towers or some other organization, is you just need to reach out and contact whatever organization that is.
So share with us the nature of the course. How long is it and where does it go?
Well, it's a 5K, and we are very different. We have a different course. We aren't like any other race. Um, we are at the Westville Sports Complex, and we have you run through a fire station. So, when you come out of the fire station, we got the two fire trucks with the ladders with the flag hanging. And then we have you run through First Responder Park. Westville has a first responder park. And so you get to run through that. And it is dedicated to three of our first responders that we've lost. But whoops. But it also, we have a piece of metal from 9/11. So that's very cool. A lot of people stop and take pictures of that. Um, yeah, so sorry. We also ask, we have you wear a badge, and that badge is a picture of one of the first responders that passed away from 9/11, and you get to choose it at packet pickup, and you're representing them as you run. So it's a little different than other races.
How many participants do you usually have?
Last year we had about 500. Yeah. So we're hoping for more
That's
this
a
year.
great turnout. My goodness.
Oh, it's amazing. We raised over $45,000 last year, and right now we're at $49,000. Yeah, so I can't tell you how personal it is to me. Um, Last year, the morning of the race, I woke up. I'm fortunate it was like 4:30 in the morning because we had a setup. And I reach for my phone. I'm not even out of bed. And I go to see how many people are signed up. And it was 467 at that time. And I just started crying because that was my husband's badge number, 467. And I said that if you ever need a sign that, you're doing good or keep going, that was my sign. So, I mean, yeah, it's just so sentimental and very passionate for me to do this and help other people.
What's the date and time and location of your event?
It is Sunday, May 17th, 9 a.m. and it is at the Westerville Sports Complex here in Westerville. We do have a quick little 15-minute ceremony with honor guard and national anthem right before the service. But yeah, please come out, spread the word. And 10 Older Towers has a great logo. Um, while we have time, let us do good. And I just think it's something to live by.
So, besides that motto and logo that you mentioned, what would you say now is your personal mission statement that you have?
Ooh, um, I guess I don't really have one. um, I try to do, I was brought up to give back, to volunteer, and I read somewhere that you should always do one nice thing every day for someone else. So maybe that's it. Do one nice thing for someone else, even if it's just simple, like holding the door for someone. It doesn't have to be elaborate.
Why has this been so rewarding for you now?
Because I've seen Tunnel to Towers grow in the last 8 years. I've seen everybody that they've helped. Um, I've met other people that they've helped. It's Yeah, it's just amazing to hear their stories. And I mean, I met this one woman, and sorry, I'm gonna cry. She had this tiny little baby. Her baby was 9 months old, and she lost her husband 4 months ago. And it's just amazing, to hear her story, how they helped her, and they paid off her home so she could raise her child in that home. It's a big relief. It's one of the biggest worries you have, um, and it's like a fairy godmother came and took that worry away. So,
Do you get to see the results from what's done through your event here in the Columbus region?
um, if I mean, yes and no. I mean, I see how much we have to give. Um, but I don't know exactly where that money goes, um, because it is a nationwide, and they have, foundation, and they have different programs. Yeah, they even have a program that they've started the last couple years of um, renovating like hotels or building places for homeless vets. So, and they give them counseling, they help with jobs. Sorry, Tracy, that's kind of your your expertise. But yeah, I mean, it's again, they've grown so much just in 8 years, but it started from 9/11. So this is the 25th year they've been around helping people. It started with a family, the Siller family, and they lost a brother. He was a New York firefighter. And yeah, they just started a race there in New York, and it's just grown nationwide.
What else would you like to add and share with us today?
Um, get involved. It's easy. There's so many different ways. Come out, register. It's a great, walk. Bring your kids, bring the dogs, you know, and we'll feed you city barbecue and Cheryl's cookies afterwards.
Is there a website that we can promote to let people know where to sign up and get in contact with you?
Yeah, you can sign up to do the walk or donate at Run Walk West at Westerville at t2t.org.
Excellent.
So, yeah. So,
I'd like to open it up to turn to the folks that have joined us today to be a part of the meeting. To Caitlin and Tracy and Rocky, is there anything that you would like to add or ask of Linda? Tracy, go ahead.
Just a couple things. Thank you, Linda, for sharing all of that information. My heart does go out to you. I'm happy that you are in Tunnel to Towers, but I'm sad for the reason why you got involved for Tunnel to Towers. Please know my heart has always gone out to you. I remember that Saturday sitting in my living room. I live on Spring and College, and I heard the mass pandemonium of sirens, and I looked at my husband and I said, something's not right. And
Yeah.
again, I'm very, very sorry for your loss, and my heart goes out
Thank
to
you.
you.
Appreciate it.
There was also another race last month in small Nelsonville, Ohio. Nelsonville,
Absolutely.
Ohio has a population of 5,000 people, if that. And they had a
Yep,
great turnout down there as well. So
they
I
did.
guess for one of those things going forward, if you're not able to do the Westerville Tunnel to Towers, which is
Correct.
usually in May, okay, think about the April one. Nelsonville's an hour away from,
Absolutely.
where I live. Nelsonville is Westerville. Another easy way I have found to donate is to donate a vehicle. So I reached
Okay.
out to Tunnel to Towers. I have an older Explorer that I didn't want to sell. I didn't want to turn a dime. I wanted to give it to charity. I wanted to give it specifically to Tunnel to Towers. So
Mhm.
they made it so incredibly easy. I went online, Tunnel to Towers donate car, and I filled out my information. And that same day, a woman called me. She asked me some questions. It was very quick, gave me instructions, sent me a follow up email with the written instructions on what to do with the title. And she actually made it so simple. She was ready to have someone come out the next day to pick it up, but I wasn't ready. So she's coming out. They're sending a tow service out Friday to my home to pick up the vehicle. So there's
Nice.
another way to get involved and to
Thank you.
donate.
I learned something new. I didn't even know we could do that.
Yeah, and it was a super simple process. It wasn't, I put it off and put it off for so long because I'm like, oh, this is just going to be another headache to worry about. But this is what I wanted to do. Finally, I did it. I'm like, wow. I mean, it was easier to donate a vehicle than it was to change my phone plan through AT&T. So there you have it.
Caitlin, Rocky, how about you?
I'll just say that as someone who was a 9/11 soldier, right? I was serving when 9/11 happened. I went to Iraq a couple times and Afghanistan too. Um, it encourages me a lot to see people like Linda getting involved, right? Like it does because they always say, like she said earlier, your time, your talent, your treasure, right? Like those are things that you can easily donate, right? Like sometimes people say, well, I don't have money. Okay, well, you have time, right?
Yep.
Sometimes you have a talent, right? There's just things you can do. Me and my wife, for example, we have four boys, and our third son is about to leave for college. So now I have three boys out of my house, right? Two in the military, one in college. So I have one son and the time for four sons. So, like, what do I do with that time, right? Yeah, I give a little more extra to my wife. I give a little more extra to my other son. But we were talking about, well, what if we gave it a little more to volunteering, right? And other things that we can do, for our date night. Maybe we volunteer for a date night. There's a lot of things that you can do to get involved in your community. My brother is an LAPD officer. So, thinking about all the different things that they go through and knowing all the things that he goes through,
Yep.
it just makes me, want to make sure that I'm always giving it back. I'm always paying it forward. I'm always making the day worth the sacrifice. And like I've told you many times, Ron, I really do try to wake up every morning and say, am I earning it today? Right. So, that's one of those things that I think if we all ask ourselves, we'd probably get a little more involved with a lot of different things. So
Yep.
I appreciate you, Linda. I appreciate you,
Well,
Tracy.
thank you.
You know, um, and of course, Caitlin, I'll let her wrap it up because she's the one who keeps us all organized over here at EPS. But, you know, she definitely knows my heart, and she's definitely helped us stay on track to making sure we do all the things that we commit to. So I appreciate what you're doing there, Ron, with the Bridge to Kindness.
Well, thank you, Rocky, for your service too. We
Yes.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Caitlin, to you.
I did the Tunnels to Towers for the first time last year. Again, introduced through Tracy. Had never done a 5K before, and my fiance was like, "You're gonna do your first 5K without me there to support you." And I said, "Well, it's a really good cause, so you're just gonna have to get over it." And like Linda said earlier, walking through that fire station and under the two fire trucks and the flag, it was just beyond moving. You know, we don't know what we don't know. So it's nice to be involved and to experience things, even on a very small level, um, that matter. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, Linda, thank you for being with us. Is there anything else you would like to add today?
No, just come on out May 17th.
We'll be there.
Thank you. Rocky, you coming?
Yes, I'm signed up already.
Woo-hoo. Thank you.
Ron, I will say this to close it out. Really, honestly, it's just we can never forget these sacrifices. So, there's a full generation of kids that are growing up that don't know nothing about this, right? Because it happened 25 years ago, and I think it's super, and the sacrifices since then, of all the firemen, police officers, soldiers, everybody that has given the ultimate sacrifice. Like, I just think it's super important that we never forget these people, and that we always remember, they were the best of us, and we need to earn it. So, yeah.
Well, our first responders and those that serve in the military are really the true heroes of today, and we thank you and thank them for all of their service to protect us and to help keep us safe. So with that brings to a close this edition of Let's Go CBUS and the Bridge to Kindness for the webinar for the month of May. We thank you for joining us. Be sure to join us coming up in June. We'll have another exciting guest with us, and to learn how we can make our nonprofit community better and stronger as we all work together in collaboration. Until then, I'm Ron Smith. For all of us today, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next month.